All right, slash A2 Buckaroos. How the heck are you? I'm going to be Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, for the purpose of this video. And I got two very similar cocktails, but just enough different. A holiday themed, more or less. Let me fix something real fast here. And there we go. All righty then. Oops, hit the wrong button again. There we go. So here's what I got. So I did a version of a, a maple old fashioned, but I've got her served straight up. So I'm looking for a different name, but I haven't quite come up with it yet. But here's what I've got. I'm using the Hinterland bourbon whiskey finished in maple syrups, maple syrup barrels at 92 proof. This is from Tiaki Da out of Springfield, Missouri here. A Hinterland, a journey into the woods. So let me show you that bottle there and the back. So what I have here is 2 ounces of that Hinterland, about a ½ ounce of barrel-aged maple syrup, and black walnut bitter. And cilantro. Oh, it's delicious. And a little festive candy cane garnish too. Oh gosh, that is good. That's really good. Maple old fashioned. Yeah, I mean, you could call it a maple Manhattan, I guess. I suppose if you wanted to. I don't like serving this cocktail old fashioned style with the big cube in it because I feel like it's an elegant cocktail that should be served straight up. It doesn't need that ice in it. It doesn't need that residual ice. You just need it chilled to start with. Chill your glass, chill your cocktail real well, and you've got a cocktail that does not need a big ice cube in it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Using my hollow stemmed coops that my wife found for me. Really love these glasses. Funny thing is, every time I've shown these glasses to friends, I say, "Where do you get those?" And my wife found them at a thrift store here in town. I mean, I don't know if they were. I mean, it's not likely that they were expensive glasses to start with, to be honest. But you don't seem to see a lot of them. The hollow stem coupe, anyway, and I really like them. Although I will tell you that I think it is my favorite glass style because they're very versatile. You can use it for a Manhattan, any straight up cocktail, any cocktail that you have that you want to serve straight up. You can use this glass. You can use a cordial. You can use a Nick and Nor. You can use anything you want, but everything works in a coupe. A martini works in a coupe. A French 75 works in a coupe. Almost any straight up cocktail will work in this glass. I've noticed a lot of finer bars will do the same thing. They will just use this glassware for any of their straight up cocktails. And you don't have to have 100 different glasses, right? That has a nice cocktail. So when I've made this in the past, this is what I did different here. When I've made this cocktail in the past, I've used a cinnamon stick garnish. But since we're going into Christmas, I decided to use that candy cane garnish. Now I've got it hanging over the rim there. And what that has done here is I'm very slowly getting those peppermint notes in here. Which, because if I put the cinnamon stick in there, I would very slowly get some cinnamon. But now I'm adding that peppermint. So that's why I was trying to come up with a holiday cocktail name, but I hadn't done it yet. Wanted something, I don't know. I couldn't come up with the right the name I was looking for, I guess. It was maple bourbon, black walnut bitters. I'll come up with something later. We'll put it in post. We'll put it in post, baby. Anyway, I digress. Uh, man, that is just delicious. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? And post your comments there. Yeah, especially this time of year, right? Because it's kind of comforting. That's why I prefer to serve the drink straight up, right? Because it feels like more of a comforting cocktail. For me, anyway, if it's served in a glass like this rather than a big round glass with a big square cube in it, that's nice and all. But I mean, I feel like this time of year, for me anyway, and I'm an old school classic cocktail guy. So for me, this is how I want my drinks. I want it served like this, that's why I probably gravitate more towards a Manhattan because I like the cocktail. I like it served straight up. I want my drink well chilled. But I don't need that ice in there melting, diluting the flavors. Big square cube, I know it melts slowly. Still in all, you're going to get some dilution. Oh, very nice. I'll post your comment there. I hope you're off today then. And if you're drinking something good, share it with me. I'm going to have two cocktails, and they're very similar, but just enough different. And you'll see what I mean when I bring the other one up. Because both are using the Hinterland. Both are using the barrel aged maple syrup. But the second one uses a different bitter, and then I added an ingredient, and you'll see what I mean. Oh no, the candy cane broke. Candy cane broke. Darn it, I hate it when that happens. Oh well. I lost my garnish, man. I lost the garnish. I don't know how that happened. It got a little thin there, I guess. Anyway, hey, man, what are you going to do? Anyway, I'm going to finish this up and go get cocktail number 2 before any other tragedies happen. Before any other tragedy happens, man. I can't take it. Oh, gosh. Okay. That is very nice, though, man. I'm starting to get low on my black walnut bitters, though. Running low on the black walnut, man. Anyway, let me finish this up, and I'll be right back with cocktail number 2. Okay, whereas cocktail number 1 had the Hinterland, Had the black walnut bitters, had the barrel aged maple syrup. What I've done different with this one is it has the hinterland, has the barrel aged maple syrup, but I've also added some Disaronno amaretto. And the bitter change is this toasted almond bitters. So just that little bit changes the game completely. You get those, oh gosh, those nice toasted almond notes. I'm thinking about calling that one toasted for the holidays, but I haven't, I don't know. We'll see. Playing around with that one, toasted for the holidays, but I haven't come up with a name for the first one other than, maple old fashioned. But I want to come up with a holiday theme name since we're doing it slightly different. Toasted for the holidays. I like it. Anyway, yeah, I like those toasted almond bitters with that amaretto. It just adds a little bit something. Again, it just changes the game slightly there. Ah, very nice. This bourbon is very, very approachable at that 92 proof. It is just delectable. They're doing some great stuff over at Tiyaki-Da. I'm very proud that they are local to me. Produced and bottled by Tiyaki-Da Distillery. I've got another product from them. I'm going to be doing a cocktail later. But I want to start with these two, and I'll come back with something after a while. Here on my bar card, I also have a bottle of their Songbird Gin Cardinal, which is their cask strength gin. That's finished in port wine barrels. It is insane, man. That stuff is just crazy good. So yeah, I may just do two cocktails, just featuring two Tiyaki-Da products on the next one. But now that I've done these two, I'm going to put that hinterland away for a couple weeks anyway, or a week or so, until we get a little closer to Christmas, and then we'll do some more things with it. But I just needed to, I just had an idea and I had to follow through. That's the way my mind works. Once that idea gets in there, I've got to ride it till the wheels fall off. I wish I had that ability to press pause. I just don't. I don't. Once something ends, once I have that idea or a thought, I've got to follow it all the way through to the end, or it just drives me crazy. I'm going to keep me up at night, and I've got to ride it till the wheels fall off, man. My mind won't shut off until I get to that conclusion, whatever that is. This is nice. Like I said, when I've done cocktails similar to this before, I've always used a cinnamon stick garnish, which makes sense. But being Christmas time, I thought I'd do the candy cane, and it really changes it just enough, man. Again, just a little bit at a time, you get those peppermint notes entering the cocktail. It's very interesting. So there you go. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. And I got to tell you, I do enjoy making cocktails a lot, but especially this time of year, right? When we get closer to Christmas, I start getting very excited about the menus, whether they're appetizers or whether it's the main dish, cocktails. I get excited about all of it. Typically, once we get past Christmas and focus on New Year's Eve, we've always done this thing where we've kind of concentrated on a lot of appetizers. We've always done that, just kind of snacked all through the night. Something my son and I always kind of worked on together. So I kind of I think in those terms, right? I'm always okay. I get excited about putting the various holiday cocktails together, holiday drinks, hors d'oeuvres. I don't do the desserts. That's my wife's forte, and she does that amazingly well. But I do tend to get excited about that sort of thing, and I'm trying to do something different this year. So I'm not ready to talk about it, but I've got some different ideas I like to do for Christmas dinner since it's just the wife and I. So I'm kind of playing around with that. I just got a butcher box in, so I've got some ingredients. I got the things I need to do a few different things. I just got to iron out the details, if you will. And that's what alludes to what I was talking about earlier. I have to once I get that idea, I've got to write it till the wheels fall off. So those ideas just keep percolating in my head until I reach that conclusion. I'm like an old computer; it'll keep spinning until it spits out the answer. Anyway, I digress. I like the candy cane garnish, and I'll tell you why. Because again, it slowly and very, very slowly just adds a little bit of peppermint to the game. But it also adds to the aromatics. Whereas I was smelling the other things first, right? I was smelling the toasted almond bitters, the amaretto, the maple bourbon, the maple syrup. But the longer I've let this drink sit, I get this little bit of peppermint coming up. Anyway, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, prayer wisdom man. All around good guys. Love you.